There are some days where you just want to garner revenge. There are some days where you feel like you need a little retribution for those that wrong you. And then, of course, there's the classic phrase of something that's a bitch. And that is what we're going to talk about today, as we are simply predicting payback in general. Hello, everybody, and good evening to all you wrestling fans and sports entertainment enthusiasts and other people and soup consumers all around the world. I am Noah Foster, Simple Man and Quad Predictions League champion for No DQ. And with me once again, we are Team CJN. I got, happy belated birthday, by the way, the one-of-a-kind mind in professional wrestling, the General, Jerry Slaughter. Jerry, how are you this evening?
I am doing superb, Noah. How are you?
Well, I mean, you know, work was chaotic, and honestly, payback, I'm like, what the fuck? But I digress. Speaking of which, somebody that I'm sure is going to bring a lot of attitude as well as grade A food to you. It's, of course, my good friend here, the Cleaver, Colin Andrew. Colin, how was your day, and how are you feeling about payback?
My day was good until like 3 o'clock when I had to do no call, no show on me at work. So, Austin, if you're watching this, right there, bud. But
that's very nice.
But no, payback. All right, so this is correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first payback since 2017, right?
That is correct.
So if you have to bring something like that back, I mean, again, we're also 1 week out from SummerSlam, and
not nearly that.
There's no point for this. This is a glorified house show. This is a glorified SmackDown Raw Super Show.
It surprised me it's not called Starcade.
But there are points to be made. Haha.
And that is what we're going to do here tonight. So let's go ahead and get this party started. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is being recorded Thursday night during AEW Dynamite commercial break-wise, 9:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on August 27th. We have some official matches. We got some proposed ideas because we haven't seen SmackDown, but don't worry, No DQ Galaxy. There will be a Predictions League forum for this preview in full, too, as soon as SmackDown goes off the air, and I know the official card, too. I will be back with a simple extra, and I will be on both these gentlemen as well as the rest of the team's butts to make sure I get all the predictions in. Good luck to you all. If nothing else, maybe it'll make a 1.2 point difference for some people in the league. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Let's start with this match. We pretty much called it as literally, again, this is 1 week after SummerSlam. And what was the one match that pretty much had like the little interest on the show? The United States Legal Championship. As Apollo Crews successfully defended against MVP, now he takes on the CEO of the Hurt Business in Bobby Lashley, who, might I add, has been looking very serious lately, basically due to his performances on Raw Underground. Honestly, is that the only victory she's going to get besides the 24/7 title, which she no longer is also champion of? Or is this finally the time we see Apollo Crews head back to catering? Will heel turn be involved? Will this actual title match matter any more than SummerSlam? Colin, I will start with you. Your thoughts on this match and your pick.
Well, obviously, Bob the Lash is going to have MVP and Shelton Benjamin at ringside with him. So, if anyone can remember from this past week on Raw, we saw the Viking Raiders start some shit with the Hurt Business. So maybe they can aid Apollo Crews somehow. But I don't know how I'm going to do it again, but I'm going with Apollo Crews.
All righty. Jerry, we've already talked about your thoughts on the title, but let's go ahead and get your outlook on the champion and what you think might happen. Are we getting a new United States champion?
No. I think Colin's on the right path here. I think the rest of Hurt Business is going to get involved, and the Viking Raiders too, and they'll get turned into a man tag with Apollo Crews and the Viking Raiders going over the Hurt Business.
Interesting, because according to the official No DQ predictions, nobody believed in the champion. And again, they're probably just thinking about, SummerSlam, he defended the title. I mean, why should this matter, though? Why should he still be champion?
They're just thinking Bobby Lashley's like twice the size of Apollo Crews. He's going to get squashed.
Well, Apollo Crews is already big as hell, too.
And he beat him in an arm wrestling contest by hook or by crook. And honestly, since he's been United States champion, he has been on a hot run. And thinking about Raw Underground and where the Hurt Business definitely seems to be making more strides, I think I'm actually going to agree with you gentlemen. Because again, if Apollo Crews loses this title, he's going back to catering, folks. I got to go with Crews for the win as well. I think that was pretty simple. Okay, let's go into something that is bizarre, maybe as bizarre as when Team Hell No was formed, except so far we have not seen Dr. Shelby get his arm broken or hurt in a work environment. As we have the most legit competitor in the Raw Women's division since Asuka, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, tagging with what in the fuck? Nia Jax to take on the duo, the Golden Role Models of Bayley and Sasha Banks for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I was under the suspicion that after SummerSlam, Shayna was going to strictly focus on Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship, especially after Asuka, once again, sorry, Sasha, botch. Asuka successfully retained the Raw Women's Championship in a lumberjack match on Monday Night Raw, thanks to Shayna's help preventing Bayley from bringing a chair in play. At first, it seemed like Nia and Shayna, they were still having hostilities, they were going to go at each other, but it was more so to humor Bayley and Sasha, and it seems the enemy of my enemy is my friend now, as we got this strange Bedfellows team. Look, the only official teams is literally Iconics, and as far as Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss goes, who the hell knows at this point? So honestly, if these two don't fucking win these titles, and we know they're not going to give them to NXT, what the hell are we looking at besides two giant shiny belt buckles? I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, but just to bring some interest to maybe make me actually watch Raw, I'm going to say Shayna and Nia become your new tag team champions. If nothing else, further the idea that Bayley and Sasha finally go at each other for the one title that has eluded the blueprint, as she calls herself, and that is the SmackDown Women's Championship. So new tag chance is my pick. Colin, your thoughts and your pick.
I am going with the Force of Spades to become the new women's tag champs. Yes, I named them the Force of. I gave them a name. I gave them a name. You got the Queen of Spades. You got the Irresistible Force. So the Force of Spades. Fuck it.
Clever.
You know, the way I was looking at it, Big G made a tweet the other day, and I commented on it, and I was like, look, I'd rather be after that gold than no gold. I'd rather have that gold or no gold. And this could be, I don't know, I mean, it would suck a little bit for Shayna Baszler because we know what she can do. But at the same time, do we really want to throw Asuka and Shayna right now? We're just out of SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. So we have a while until a big pay-per-view you want that at, like the Rumble or Survivor Series, or you know what I mean? So maybe this is just buying some time before we get that, because I don't know about you guys, but in my opinion, that should be on a bigger stage than just a Raw or a B pay-per-view or something like that. So, but yeah, I'm going new champs.
Okay, and I think that's a fair assumption. Now that we know the pay-per-view schedule for the year, it seems. Jerry, your thoughts and your pick.
The Golden Role Models are going to retain. But I think what's going to happen is Sasha Banks is going to take a lot of the fucking damage, and that's going to piss off, and that's going to piss her off. But like her and Bayley, there's going to form a bigger rift between her and Bayley, and then from there you could have Shayna and Nia Jax blame each other for the loss, and then you have your number one contenders match again for Asuka.
Both are very valid points. We will definitely wait and see. Again, Shayna and Nia, I mean, it almost feels like the John Cena and Shawn Michaels dynamic. We all saw how short that was. And the two did end up facing each other one-on-one for the actual gold. But again, Shayna also suddenly put backstage, we do this thing, then afterwards, you leave me alone, and I can focus on what I want to focus on. So possibly, it could happen. We'll have to wait and see.
It would make sense for them to win the belts, like Shayna and Nia Jax, and then just be that odd couple for a while. I just don't want to see it happen. I don't like Nia Jax. Anytime somebody gets fucking hurt, and that's not cool. I know it's wrestling and people are supposed to get quote unquote hurt, but anytime I watch a match with Nia Jax, I cringe. It's like worse than Piper Niven matches. They were just fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I think some people would disagree with you on Viper / Piper Niven, because in my opinion, Piper does wrestle better than Nia. But that could be another conversation for another day. But I respect your points. All right. Now let's go ahead and move on to another match that we thought we were getting on Monday Night Raw, but basically was just thrown out for a bigger reason. But now we truly see if the Limitless One can overcome the Viper, as Keith Lee challenges Randy Orton in a, I guess you could call it, singles specials grudge match after the actions Randy Orton did against Keith Lee's friend, Drew McIntyre. Not really much to say more besides that, but honestly, it's Keith Lee's really big pay-per-view debut on the other roster. Do you have him lose? And do you just really circle back Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre again for the title? Truth be told, that was a really good match, and you protected both men with the fact that neither man won with their finisher, but it was a simple wrestling move, a backslide. But I don't know. But right now, you already fucked up his music. Don't fuck up his run, okay? I'm hoping by some matter, maybe Drew McIntyre shows up and distracts Orton. I'm going with Keith Lee for the win. Jerry, your thoughts?
Same thoughts. I like, they're already saying Keith Lee's going to have different music coming out this time because it's so universally hated. So, like, basically, yeah, Drew McIntyre is going to come out there. He's going to interfere, not really even interfere, just make his presence known. And that's going to give, Keith Lee enough time to whip out his
BBC.
Yeah, it's just completely important.
Colin, anything to further add to that? It sounds like we're all in agreement.
I mean, if they have Randy beat Keith Lee, I'm going to be super pissed. But again, this is another side of it. With Orton being like the mega heel he is right now, can he afford back-to-back pay-per-view losses?
You can't.
I mean,
with that question, I'm torn, but I will go Keith Lee, baby.
Oh, bask in his glory.
I could also see like maybe a no contest too, and then it being made a triple threat match for Drew McIntyre's belt.
Double count out because all hell breaks loose, and you create a brand new match out of nowhere. Okay.
This pay-per-view is pretty much a so.
Just one time for the people.
Yep.
And that just help you.
And don't worry, we're not going to get copyright. It's going to be long time. All right. Okay. Yeah, I got to remember Miracle-wise. I got to do the reverse.
I hope you're happy.
I didn't hear what you said.
I certainly understand it. And yeah, universally wise. Apparently, also, they're trying to get away from soundtracks made by Steve Foss because, again, they're no longer associated with the company. So they're trying to get everybody on like Def Rebel music, which honestly is the same. Guitar riff, drums, done.
And they broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
But here's the thing, all right? So Def Rebel can make a similar beat in the same key, and technically, since Keith Lee performed those lyrics and wrote those lyrics, I'm guaranteeing he wrote those lyrics.
It had to be.
He owns those, as far as I'm concerned.
Pretty much.
Just saying.
I agree, but again, it's WWE. Basically, if you have anything connected with WWE, WWE's like, we own this. We own you. Blah, blah, blah.
And then they're just like, what? That's right. Bask in his glory.
Yeah, exactly. That's brilliant. That's not good shit. That's just smart creative.
That's great shit.
Oh, maybe that's why Vince hates it. It's a two-man show. Well, maybe a one-horse pony show, especially as we learned Raw was literally ripped up and wrote and just done on the scene. And that was part of that Thunderdome experience. Golly. I never felt more robotic in my life, but I digress. All right, moving on. Let's go to the one match that everybody probably is thinking the most about because of one man's teeth and one man's name. Maybe both, maybe one or the other. I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, oh, holy shit, he's back. It had to come back eventually because we all know the original idea. Triple threat for the Universal Championship as the newly crowned Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Fuck that title. I've hated it since day one. You know that. Big goat for life. As the Fiend, the Bray Wyatt, and the monster turn into basically vulnerable human, Braun Strowman, takes on a newly with an edge attitude heel in Roman Reigns.
You look like
we have a triple threat. Not much more to be said. Literally, we saw the match. Way too many fucking camera cuts. What the hell were they thinking? My friend was going nuts on that crap. That match was not nearly as good as Orton versus McIntyre, in my opinion. Again, W title should matter more. But hey, I guess it makes the Fiend value a little bit more now, and you kind of gave him some retribution. Oh, Lord, that could actually happen. With him getting the title back on his 1-year anniversary since his character debut. But then you just threw all that to the side, and Roman Reigns became the biggest highlight of the year with his return scoring nearly 2 million views on that clip alone on WWE's YouTube channel. I can't remember the last time they had a clip that hit that many views in that short of a time within 24 hours. So here's the thing, gentlemen, and shout out to Jeff Meacham. Please follow the Jeff Meacham Network. Jerry, is Roman Reigns already being put back as the champion? Because originally, if he didn't leave during the COVID WrestleMania, he likely would have been our champion and beat Goldberg. Are they finally putting the title on him?
Here's what I think. I think Strowman and The Fiend are going to get on the same page and pretty much work over Roman. But then Roman is going to give them like that stupid grin of his, and Retribution's going to attack. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Retribution is all about him. It's not a whole bunch of wrestlers dressed up in black ski mask and black shirts and black pants or anything. It's just a bunch of goons. The reason why it looks like a bunch of NXT wrestlers and WWE wrestlers in the costumes is the fact that it is a bunch of WWE and NXT people in there. But it's safer, or it's actually more frugal and less expensive to actually hire a whole bunch of people from outside and bring them in as just regular hoodlums. I think what is going on is redemption is just from Roman Reigns being told that he'd be okay, to take off for during the COVID thing, and nothing would happen. And not only did he get written out of storylines and whatnot, his name got banned from WWE for the longest time. They're just officially burying him for a little while there. So what better way to get his own revenge without even leaving the couch would be sending a whole bunch of goons in to wreck everything and leave. Just wreck everyone and leave. So that just makes plenty of sense to me. And he'll have them come in, attack, lay everybody out, and then he'll walk away with the belt. And if he does bring somebody else in, it'll be somebody with an even bigger chip on his shoulder, someone who's stripped of the Intercontinental belt for doing the same damn thing, Sami Zayn.
Huh. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know my good friend Jerry Slaughter is a very creative person. Many of you wonder where his brain's at, but honestly, that's some of the smartest and realistic booking I could see that can make this pay-per-view matter in a 1-week span and finally give us a retribution angle, despite the fact people already said, it's Dominic Dijakovic, it's me again, it's Chelsea Green, it's DL Madden.
Can you imagine him uttering these words? This wasn't always just about the championship. This was about retribution.
I can honestly see that.
Mm-hmm.
And besides your creative booking, honestly, there's one other thing I also know too, and shout out to Virtue. You don't bet against Roman Reigns. You basically took everything that I could think about as far as retribution, as far as Roman, who said, I might add, during his beatdown angle and his new shirt, wreck everything and leave. Great encompasses of that. You're not a monster unless I'm here. I made you a monster. And truth be told, without him, Braun probably wouldn't be the guy that he was known to be, that vicious monster. So he was right. So I have to agree with you. I think Roman Reigns will, by hook or by crook, honestly, as well come out with the belt. And I feel it's going to be at the expense of not only The Fiend, but more so Braun Strowman. And again, you'll get a new dynamic between these two that history goes back to the time they were the Wyatt family. But again, you wonder also what this would mean for The Fiend. Only time will tell. I'm sure Bliss is already pissed the fact that her angle was dropped from SummerSlam, as I read, but I digress. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Roman Reigns is definitely my pick, too. Now, Colin, people are torn. They pick Roman, they pick Fiend. No one's picked Braun Strowman. I'm surprised Jerry didn't. But what's your thoughts on who you think leads with that title come the end of Payback? This has to be the closer.
Well, it's the golden rule that you don't bet against Big Dog. And I've been a firm believer in that because the few times that I have bet against him, it's bit me in the ass. like dogs do. And so...
He's not wrong.
Defense here.
That's not science, people. That's just a fact of life.
You never see it coming.
You never see it coming.
Oh, Lord.
But no, as soon as I saw him show up on Sunday, I'm like, well, first time he gets in a championship match, goodbye. And it sucks because Bray Wyatt just won that belt back, but apparently to Roman, he's just a guy in a mask. He can't hold the responsibility.
Mhm.
I loved that shit talking though. It was great.
That
it was
was
fucking
brilliant.
wonderful. And you know, man, I want to say he's behind Retribution, but at the same time, maybe somebody else. I just don't know because they keep changing people out. Like the first week, there were like a bunch of fucking eighth graders out there playing with chainsaws, and then the next week, you know, it's somebody else, and then this week we have big ass Dio Madden, Dominic Dijakovic,
It had to be.
and Mia Yim. Like you can see, you know what I mean? Like it's just. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole bunch of misdirection. Because you remember when the Age of the Fall debuted in Ring of Honor,
Yes.
like you saw a bunch of people in the black mask, black sweatshirts, black pants, and everything, but like none of them were in the group. It was Jimmy Jacobs, Tyler Black, Necro Butcher, and Lacey.
Yep.
Those four, and that was the huge misdirection about the whole thing. But go on, Colin.
That's why it worked out so well. It was great creative.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. But yeah, I'm going Roman. I mean, as much as I'm a huge Bray Wyatt fan, but I am going Roman Reigns as well.
I'm sorry, Bray, but again, it's Roman Reigns.
He's Vince's boy. He's back. He hasn't had a belt in how long? You know he should have had it at Mania. Like, you know what I mean? He's going to get his WrestleMania moment months later.
There you go. And those are the official matches known at this time. But as always, rumor has it there might be some other matches added too. So we'll talk proposally about them. I feel like we're going to bash through these rather quick. So I'm just going to say them and pick y'all. Y'all say a name. Y'all can talk shit about it. And y'all can run into a stance. If Jerry wants to make these more fun and creative, he absolutely can. First match, King Corbin, Matt Riddle, bro. Now, apparently, Shirley G is supposed to be dying. We're supposed to be getting Chad Gable back. Whether Chad Gable's working with King Corbin, who the hell freaking knows? And King Corbin, at this point, he's just there. He hasn't had somebody to feud with since Elias beat him at WrestleMania. But this is freaking Matt Riddle, bro. And if they're ever going to do anything with Matt Riddle, push him towards a Goldberg match, which we know is going to happen eventually, or a Brock Lesnar match, which we want to happen eventually, then obviously he's got to get the win here to keep his streak going. So I am just simply going to say, bro, and move on, because King Corbin doesn't fucking matter to me. Colin, your pick on this match.
Bro. Yeah, Matt Riddle all day, man.
Jerry?
I doubt it's going to happen right now because I think they're going to probably save it for maybe like a SmackDown main event. But I would have to go with Matt Riddle.
Well, there you go. And again, we don't know. Tomorrow from SmackDown, we don't know anything except for a contract signing. Yay. So we'll see what happens.
I'd like to see more of this bounty thing go into play and somebody else be brought in to try to take out Matt Riddle beforehand.
Like, yeah, good luck finding a person to do that that's worthwhile that you can believe in. Speaking of believability, how about this one for a rematch with Joseph Park maybe playing as a factor? I'm so happy to see him. As we have AJ Styles, the former Continental Champion, potentially cashing in his rematch clause, maybe got a contract from Park, against the new Intercontinental Champion, Jeff Hardy, who people say won under controversial stance using a knee brace. That AJ Styles was the reason Jeff Hardy got the brace to begin with. But is Jeff Hardy a one-trick pony? Is he simply going to have the Intercontinental Championship for literally a week? And I don't think so, because apparently he'll finally get his normal word stream back when people come back. What a moment that will be. Real people, by the way, not Thunderdome, where we've seen the worst things imaginable, and I don't even want to talk about that. But yeah, I'm going to believe that Jeff Hardy is going to retain the title. Something about him in the Intercontinental Championship, it just works. It just fits. And honestly, it seems like it's going to be the highest accolade his career is going to reach. AJ Styles, he already got it. He doesn't need it. He's pretty much already a made man. And I want to see how much more his statistics will come into play for something else beyond the Intercontinental Championship. Who knows? Maybe he could get a real title back. But then again, Roman, Universal, heel, AJ Styles, heel. Yeah, they'll have to work that out down the line. Either way, if they do make this title match official, I'm going to say Jeff Hardy retains. Jerry, your pick.
Statistically speaking, Jeff Hardy is going to be screwing up sometime soon and might be stripped of the Intercontinental belt.
Oh, God.
But for right now, he's doing well. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Jeff Hardy.
Well, I mean, statistically, right now, we are unanimous with Jeff Hardy across this panel and the Team No DQ. Colin, are you going to break the data, or are we all unanimous here?
Oh, God. All right, man. Yes. Jerry, your statistics are semi-correct, and it's possible. But sometimes we don't need to know all the math, sir. AJ Styles just got linked up with Joseph Park. They go back to the old days of NWA TNA wrestling.
TNA.
Man. I want to say Hardy retains. Yeah. Yeah, I want to say Hardy retains somehow.
Okay.
I was about to say, unless he comes out there like he did when he faced off against Sting that one time, he should keep the belt.
Oh, God. That was effing horrible. Oh, my
I
Lord.
hated that. That was horrible.
Let's not think about the dark days of TNA, for that's now dead. Well, it will be once EC3 destroys the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. But anyway, Impact Wrestling, totally better. Let's go ahead and think about this match, though, that people are already talking about because of what happened Monday night. As it seems that, I don't know if Orton's the only one that hears voices in his head, Aleister Black might be succumbing to his own sins, as after the KO show where Aleister Black dropped a much more calm, casual, face-like demeanor Kevin Owens, people are feeling we might get Aleister Black versus Kevin Owens this soon. I think they're full of crap. They're going to build that on Raw personally. But because this is Team No DQ, and I respect Aaron Riff's judgment, we're going to talk about this match anyway, because I feel it'll be a good match. I've been wondering what they were going to do with Kevin Owens since they've already shite him out of the freaking WWE Championship picture after his win at WrestleMania. Yeah, y'all remember when Kevin Owens beat Seth Rollins, not once, but twice, at freaking WrestleMania. Just saying. But anyway, with that being said, thinking about this, though, you got a heel Black and you got a KO that I don't know whether he's heel or face. You got to imagine he's a baby face in this case. Does Black need the win? Does Black need to go heel? What direction does Black need to go in, honestly? I kind of find this match interesting to think about because I could see from both halves, both men need a win here. So, in theory, if this match does happen at Payback, I'm just going to say that my pick is Aleister Black. Colin, your thoughts?
Well, yeah, man. One-Eyed Willie's definitely going to take it. Like, we've been waiting for him to turn heel. For how long? For him to do something, like his little more aggression instead of just, oh, I'm here to save the kid again. Oh, I'm here to save the kid again. So now he's like, fuck them. Now he's all like, fuck them kids and shit. So I'm going with Aleister Black because
that was a hell of a black mask, by the way, too.
Because Kevin Owens also is at that point in his career. He has done so much in a short time in WWE, that he's able to help put people over. And with a repackage, with a repackage of Aleister Black, he's going to need put over. So KO is the guy to go with. So yeah, I'm going to go Aleister Black for the win.
Kevin Owens has been one of my favorite people to watch since coming to the WWE.
I mean,
Jerry, your thoughts on this match? Are you with Aleister Black or Kevin Owens?
Black Lives Matter, Aleister.
Well, that's one way of putting it. All right. And yeah, his life does matter too. And whether or not he's legitimately blind or pulls a John Moxley and just peels the tape off and he's fine or wears like a red contact, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to how this feud works out. But whether they pull the trigger this soon and start with a match at Payback, only time will tell. Speaking of feuds and runs and builds, how many more times does Big E have to go through Sheamus to be like, okay, I'm building a singles career, I'm ready to move on to somebody else, like The Miz or John Morrison or somebody that could be, more of a real challenge for me to really push me forward, like AJ Styles. But in theory, because of the circumstances that surrounded Retribution's friggin' involvement on SmackDown and clot in everyone's heads, Big E got the better of Sheamus in a lumberjack match that just broke down. It's as simple as that. So it sounds like Sheamus might get a rematch because he might want it. I don't know. Honestly, though, it's Sheamus versus Big E, okay? If you're going to push Big E as a single star, you can't let the man lose. And clearly, they're not going to reform the Bar, and we're not going to get the Bar versus the New Day. Because as far as we know, Kofi's out indefinitely. And Xavier Woods is just a talk show host now on Talking Smack, not nearly as good as Daniel Bryan, Renee Young's was. Renee, all the best. With that being said, I'm going Big E all the way. Jerry, feel free to say the same thing again before your pick, because I bet I know who you're going to pick. Is it Sheamus or Big E if this match happens again?
Big E.
There you go. Simple as that. Control C, Control V. Aha! With that being said, Colin, any thoughts on Big E's singles run? Where the hell does he need to go from here to really build himself? How many more times does he need to kick Sheamus' butt?
Well, after he beats Sheamus this Sunday, see, this is why I'm kind of, maybe Jeff Hardy will be that cool babyface that gives other babyface championship runs. So maybe we can get Big E versus Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental Championship. And then maybe this is where Big E can be like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going heel.
With Big E's energy, his character, his charisma, and his comedy antics with Corey Graves on every entrance, I honestly can never see the man.
I know.
Especially if he tries to be the silent heel like he was Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard. I feel like Big E is the one person right now that I don't ever see turning heel again in WWE. And with this whole retribution and redemption story with Jeff Hardy, but his past, maybe if he can't get the best of Big E, because this could be a very interesting feud, maybe Jeff can go dark and get his old feedback from TNA, was probably the only good thing about that run. Don't remind me of Immortal. But yeah, I think it's unanimous. We all agree it has to be Big E. With that being said, that is the proposed card that we are thinking about heading into Payback. It's clear that right now we're not going to get a women's title match for Raw or SmackDown. We do not have new contenders to the Raw Tag Team Championships as Angel Garza tries to figure out how to get the best of Debbie after one of the Viking Raiders got the better of his lady with a turkey leg. Who knew meat was the way to a woman's heart? And also, we have no idea what direction the SmackDown Tag Team Champion. Hey, Colin, you're a freaking butcher. All right, I did that for you. Anyway, and who knows what direction, you're welcome, guys. Who knows what direction the freaking SmackDown Tag Team Championship picture is going to go after Cesaro and Nakamura successfully retained against Lucha House Party, who might be breaking up, and with the fact that Otis is still celebrating with Mandy and teaching her how to do a caterpillar. Why, she looked like she was doing the slowest form of a wave in my life in place. He's also Mr. Money in the Bank. I don't see that coming in play here either. And I don't see the SmackDown Tag Team Championships being defended against Heavy Machinery. Though really that should be the direction they should be going, but I digress. So I don't think there's anything else to say here about Payback at this time. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, other people, aliens, and other enthusiasts galore, we are done here for now on CJN. Thank you so much for tuning in. With that being said, let's go around and plug content for you to dig your teeth and emotions in besides this. Colin, always a pleasure, sir. Anything you want to plug, where can people find you?
I just want to drop one thing real quick before we move on. Big E, if they decide to put him something else, I would love to see Big E and whatever Uso is not hurt become a tag team.
Oh!
Just while their boys are out. That would be great. But anyways, you can head on over to nodq.com/Colin. That takes you to my Twitter page, and you can follow my YouTube page at the Cleaver Colin Andrew. So that's really about it. And check out my shirt I have over on the Greg Cherry brand. His Teespring. Check that out. It's $19.95 plus tax. So, hang out, check it out, and then support good old JM Jeff Meacham, and check out Big G's new YouTube channel as well. So
Big Baller G. Actually,
good luck to you. Good luck to you boys this Sunday, and as always, support NoDQ.com.
There you go. True and true. We are Team NoDQ. Simple as that. Jerry, always an extreme pleasure, sir. Honestly, with this pay-per-view not really mattering to anybody, you could actually win again this pay-per-view. And honestly, I'm rooting for you. But with that being said, anything you want to plug, and where can people find you to talk wrestling and soup?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Gerald_JSJ. My Instagram, which is the_gentleman_slaughter. Relatively soon, I'm going to start having content on my YouTube page, which I renamed General Videos.
Nice.
But then I also have my Facebook group, ARMBAR, all capital, ARMBAR, exclamation.
Exclamation point. Don't forget it.
I also have that shirt on the Greg Cherry brand on Teespring. And good luck to you, gentlemen. And fuck aftermatch wrestling. Back to you, Noah.
Hey, thank you very much, Jerry Slaughter. In other news, the temperature for tomorrow is reported to be up in the higher 80s with a real feel of 97 if you're in the northwest Ohio area. Please play for Louisiana during the hurricane season. I have friends and family down there. It's a very dangerous time to be there, and I really wish the best for all people. As always, we live for this new normal under these COVID times. I would like to implore you, ladies, gentlemen, folks of all ages, wear a fucking mask so we can get to normal, damn it! Thank you both very much. Good luck to both of you. And people, if you want to know more about me, know this. I'm just and a lifelong fan of ... wrestling. So follow me on Twitter, on PlayStation, on Instagram, on YouTube. It's nfoster1916. The YouTube URL is youtube.com/user/NoFoster210 for all things wrestling. Shout out to my ATW family on Twitter. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be live with an edition, once again, of A Simple Chat. So bring your questions, bring your thoughts, bring your humor, bring a palm.
I like questions to that.
Bring your calm, positive personalities to this open forum and free, fun environment where I chat with you for at least 15 minutes. Double time, too, because it's episode 10. So stay tuned for that and have fun with that. Other content coming up includes reviews on AEW, preview for AEW All Out. We definitely will be predicting that next week. Will I be with these gentlemen, some ladies, some other people, only time will tell. Content coming up for New Japan Pro Wrestling as well. And we might finally kick up something, too, with the fact that NXT UK is returning soon. And we've been thinking about how to do NXT, so stay tuned for more of that across all of our platforms. As both of these gentlemen alluded to, besides ARMBAR, besides the Greg Cherry brand, besides No DQ, besides Jeff Meacham, besides Big Baller G's YouTube channel, I just simply say this. Get into your wallet. Do it. Buy our merchandise. It is the way to go. Do it. Do it. And as always, support independent wrestling because that's at the heart of this. As I like to close, support your wrestling outlets, both big and small. Let's keep growing this incredible, diverse, unique, elite, authentic, unscripted, unrestricted wrestling community together. Simple as that. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button on our channels. Hit the bell note when we got new content coming to our channels. And that's all I have to say about that. So for the call, I broke because I'm tired. Yeah, Botchamania, you're welcome. I like to have fun too, but I definitely am not perfect. And to all that judge, screw you. For the Cleaver Colin Andrew, for the General Jerry Slaughter, I am the Superman of No DQ, Noah Foster. And until the next video, take care, enjoy life. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. And have a wonderful night.
And eat craft dinner.
I'm just going to stick to my cheesecake crepe. Bye, people.